We have a complete renovation of this beautiful farmhouse. Inside, outside, plumbing, electricity, foundation, bathrooms and kitchen. So it's going to be a beautiful and exciting project, and I want you to come with me and take a look at it. So the situation with this entire house is that we have a mixture of a whole bunch of different type of windows. With the years, little expansions over here, renovation made that a lot of the windows are not the same, and most of them are original, so they are rotted or just not functional anymore. And with the time, they added these storm windows. The storm windows is just like an extra layer of protection that will help you to prevent a lot of loss of heat or cold temperature. So what happened is that I ordered about 30 windows for this entire house, and what you normally do is that you measure to the size of the panels themselves, and I show you later on how you do that. And after that, what we did is that we ordered the windows, we waited for them, they are all here. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start dismantling these panels. The panels come by themselves, you dismantle the panels, take all the screws out, and you take the storm window case out. Then remove the moldings from the inside of the house around the windows carefully, because you're gonna need them again. And then you put the window that you order, and then you seal the back again. So that's something that we're gonna do today, and I wanna show you because that will help you to avoid a whole bunch of issues with insects, with loss of heat or air conditioning, and overall you're gonna enhance the beauty of your house. Okay, so we're in the inside of the house. You can see that we have a lot of the windows here. And I wanna show you some of the steps that you need to take so you can remove the molding safely, and you can actually install your window in a proper way. So we have this little stopper over here, this molding that is in a stopper that I started over here because of my Spanish version. What we want is we want to squirt this around. Right? We wanna detach the paint from one end to the other. Sometimes you have caulk, so you want to remove you have to break the caulk, the seal. Now these moldings that are here, and I want to give you some little ideas of what I do. Obviously, you want to carry your measurement tape. You want to carry, this is one of the most important tools. If you don't have this type of tool, I suggest you to use a really thick spatula, not a soft one, right? I don't encourage you to start using this one yet, and I'm going to show you why. But you have, this little crowbar or pry bar, this multi-tool over here, also some wood chisels, and from time to time you're going to find different screws. So if you can, I carry a whole bunch of bits over here, different kinds, and 2 screw guns because I know that I have flat heads and Phillips heads over here. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to remove these 3 moldings over here, and we're going to take the panels out. They will come normally out. They either have a little sash that will maintain like this one has some aluminum rails over here. They will come out, and we're going to install the other one. So this is an important tip that I want to give you. If we try to use any of these tools in the beginning, you're going to damage the moldings. Hence, you're going to have to buy a lot more, and you're going to spend more money. So to safely remove these things, I'll encourage you to, again, score this thing really well. Make sure that you don't have a lot of resistance on these edges. And you're going to start with this a small spatula. And then the small spatula is because that will get inside there without causing a lot of damage. And later on you can, just remove it with the bigger one. So I'm gonna just kind of give it a little zigzag over here. And now that I have enough space, I can use the other one, right? So we don't want to create a lot of pressure over here because you will dent the molding. So you're gonna start kind of moving it until you're able to start loosening it up all the way to the top, and it will come out just nicely, right? So that's the whole idea. We're going to remove it by applying different forces over here. Right? If you put too much pressure, you will just crack it. So I encourage you to just kind of, go back and forth. Now that it's loose like that, you can go back to the first stage over here and start removing it nicely. Right? This also applies if you're going to fix the cords on your all windows. Like in my house, I have these all windows, and I do the same thing. So now here, you want to go ahead and do like that, remove it safely. And this is what I wanted to show you. this little thing over here sometimes has like 1 or 2 little nails. You're gonna remove it, and this part is gonna drop out. I'll show you in a moment. Now is the time that you can take a look at the entire frame and see if you have any issues that you have to work on. For instance, if you have some rotted areas, you need to replace those areas. If you have some holes, you want to go ahead and close them with some silicone or caulk. This one is under a porch, so it's not a big issue, but this is going to be one of the rarest times that you can actually clean up inside the frame and make sure that, you know, whatever consideration you have to do is done properly at this moment. So go ahead and clean the entire thing. Make sure that everything's prepared. Take all the small nails out if you find any more nails or screws, and continue. Now we have all this open, clean, organized, as you saw. You determine which window is going to go here. I got the one that is 54 by 32, the one that is going to go here. So when you get your window, normally you're going to get 3 pieces that are different and really important. These are the screws that are going to hold the window together. Now keep in mind that this is a vinyl material, and there are some little screws on the side that will help you to avoid overextending these edges over here when you're putting your screws. So this is to kind of stop the entire frame from moving. The other thing that you're going to find is this little element that is going to go on the outside. This one will be here once you put your window. This is designed to clip on the bottom, and this cap over here is designed to go on the top and sometimes close that little gap that you find over here on this side. There is going to be a little gap, so this one is designed for that. Maybe you don't need it, but this one is designed so you give a little bit of room for you to have that nice and covered. So what we're going to do is that we're going to start doing that, and later on I'll show you how we put this molding back with, you know, a compressor and a pneumatic gun. So let's continue with this part. An important thing that I do when I'm installing windows is to make sure that I don't put too much pressure into the frame holes, and that's why I go ahead and make some small holes with a drill, like an 1/8 of an inch drill, where the actual holes are. So you have like 2 layers, and the window have a hole in the first layer, but in the second one you may want to do a little hole so you don't put too much pressure or you don't bend the things in a way that doesn't make sense. Now this little edge over here, you may want to trim it later on. This is the one that you need to work with because not all the windows have the same gap on the outside. So you want to make sure that you do that part in the right way and that you measure the entire window properly, so you don't have these huge gaps on the top or the bottom. These designs are really forgiving because you can actually extend the top and bottom, but on the sides you want to make sure that you measure the original panel, the old panel that was there, so that's pretty much the opening that you want to work with. Obviously you want to make sure that you have the frame around and the outside of the window, because otherwise this window will drop on the other side. So you need to be careful with that, and if you don't have some sort of support in the outside for some reason, you want to go ahead and put some little wood blocks so it stays on place. Now an important thing again is that your window is nice and level. So if your windows, like in my old house, my frames are all crooked, so I want to make sure that I keep those new windows square, because otherwise the window panels will not close. So in this case, obviously we have some square openings, and that is perfect. But if you notice, I'm putting a little bit of support of pressure, and I'm holding the window against the molding in the outside and pre-drilling on the existing holes, so I can actually pre-drill the wooden members in the back, the frame, so I don't crack those frames, and I don't like twist the screws, or I don't put too much pressure on the screws, because sometimes the window screws or the fasteners that come with the windows are fairly weak. They are really good to withstand the weather, but if you put too much pressure in it, they tend to just kind of
break, and you will lose the grip on those things. So that's why I pre-drill this, and that is a kind of easy way to work, and it won't give you any issues if you do that. So keep two drills, or one of those drills that you can actually swap the tip back and forth, so you can have the 1/8 of an inch drill bit and a Philip or whatever T25 head over here. And again, those little screws on the edges, on the sides, if you have a lot of space on the width, you want to go ahead and unscrew those screws that are on the sides, so it will give you a little resistance there. Obviously, you're not going to take it out. You're just going to just loosen it up a little bit, so it will go a little more snug into the frame. And having more than one screw gun is really practical. In one you can actually have a drill bit, a 1/8 of an inch drill bit, and then the other one the fastener tip, and you can just interchange those things and install it really quick. In fact, we installed like 25 windows in a single day, because while I was doing the fastening, my assistant was making sure that the windows were on the right space, on the right frame, and we were able to do this really quick. So it's really easy. Also, I'm going to leave you in the description box where you can get these drills. Really practical, really inexpensive, and they last a long time. These have been working with me for years, so I'm going to leave it over there so you can get them as well. Important thing as well is that if you have an square frame, so if something is tilted to the side, you use some shims to shim it up and make sure that those new window panels close really well. That's the important thing. If they're out of square, they won't close, and you will have some gaps and you will have some issues. So go ahead and make sure that that is something that you consider when you're doing the project. And that is practically it. You put your moldings back again with the original nails or new nails and a little bit of caulk around, and that's fine. Go ahead and remove the labels that are around there if this is your house. If not, just leave it for the customers or the inspectors, depending on what you're doing. And that's pretty much it. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, make sure that you like and you comment, and please help us if you have any other suggestions that will help us to install these windows better. Have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe again. See you soon. Bye.